I'm a loser, baby. Hello everyone, Ryan here, and Classics Week is continuing, and this time I am going to be taking a look at the debut album from the legendary power pop alternative rock band Weezer, titled The Blue Album. Weezer, the band that was known for making rock music for the dweeby outsiders. And they made being nerdy pretty cool and hip with their debut album that managed to come out during a time where grunge was prominent and that big kind of chugging riff guitar sound and those heavy drums and those growly vocals were dominating radio and dominating alternative rock stations, but Weezer came in and showed a new side to rock music that hadn't really been seen before. And they really managed to make a mainstream crossover smash, and at the same time they were able to change the course of alternative rock music for years to come. The late 90s and the 2000s were filled with power pop, pop punk bands that kind of rode the waves on the fact that they weren't exactly cool or, like hip people or trendy people, but their music spoke for that and it appealed to those kind of outsiders that didn't really fit in with trends that were going on, and Weezer were essentially the staple point for that. And my god, did many bands try, but no one ever topped this Weezer album. No one ever made it like Weezer. No one could ever be as good as Weezer. And, they may have done their best to be cool like Weezer, but they just weren't nerdy enough to be cool. And it's not surprising because even Weezer themselves were never able to top this album. They've kind of become a bit of a laughing point in music these days because, so many terrible albums in the 2000s that people just want to forget. And I honestly don't care what anyone says, but Pinkerton is not better than the Blue Album, okay? Ethan from the LP Club might try and convince you otherwise, but the Blue Album is the one. And the ultimate reason for this is those power pop, just soaring choruses that will linger in your mind for the rest of eternity. Some of the choruses on this album are some of the best ever, and they are just so smile-inducing to hear. Every time I hear this album, I just love every chorus on here. Everything from "Do you want to destroy my sweater" to "The world has turned and left me here" to "Say it ain't so, ooh. Every single chorus on this album is just absolutely catchy as hell. I could listen to this all day and I wouldn't get bored. Rivers Cuomo just has an absolute unbelievable amount of charm that can't be matched ever, and it's these power pop riffs that come soaring in on every track that I just absolutely love, and it kind of sounds at points not that well recorded, but it's what makes it that gem. At points I'm reminded a lot of like the Beach Boys back in their day. It's really those harmonies that crop up that sound fantastic, like on the track Holiday, and I cannot forget the incredible and amazing classic Say It Ain't So, which is just the perfect karaoke song. I love singing my heart out to this song. It's just absolutely filled with so much passion, and this might be the best that Rivers Cuomo gets on this entire album, vocally anyway. I do, however, think that No One Else has the most questionable lyrics on the whole album, where he's talking about how he doesn't want a girl to laugh at anyone else except for him, which is in some way endearing, but it's also just very jealous and very petty behaviour. I don't really like this side to Rivers Cuomo, but it's not exactly a track that ruins the album for me. But there are other tracks on this album that sort of delve into more emo topics and more emo lyricism, and I think that's really what made Weezer so relatable for so many people. It was their geekiness and the fact that they were a little bit sad as well, but it was all disguised in this fantastic summery pop rock sound that was so catchy and so damn addictive to so many people. Even to me as well, and I think I'm always going to hold this album in such a high regard. I do believe it's one of the greatest albums of the 90s as a whole. Weezer are still to this day inspiring loads of bands that have that 90s nostalgia going on in their music, and to me this is without a doubt an A star. It's just one of the best albums of the 90s, maybe even of all time. I absolutely love this. It's so addictive. Everything about this album just is so perfect to me, to be honest, and the sound is so catchy that it just resonates with many people, and I couldn't recommend this enough, although I feel as though at this point that many people have already heard this album anyway. But if you do want a classic guitar pop album that changed a lot of people's lives in many ways, then make sure you check this out. And also make sure you like this video if you liked it. Also subscribe to the channel if you want more music reviews. There will be more classics coming in the week, and have a good day.